Hey everyone, it's Diana. I'm back and I'm here to share with you 9 programs that I have unlearned from either my upbringing or from things that I've picked up from society as a whole. So, the first thing that I have successfully unlearned is that resting equates to laziness. Um, and by the way, these are things that, like unlearning these things have improved my life, my quality of life, and have helped me to become a more free individual in general. But the number one thing is that resting equates to laziness, and that is not true. Resting is very necessary for you to perform better. From my experience, resting, taking times out, even from parenting, uh, can help you to become a better individual, um, perf- at performing these tasks, at performing your parenting, at performing at your job, or whatever it is that you're doing, your craft. Resting is very important, and it's been programmed into us that it's just it you know that we are not being successful when we rest, that we are not that resting is not conducive to success. um you know like parents will Certain parents, not all, but certain parents will tell you, oh, you're um oh, you can't sleep in during the weekend. Like, there are parents that won't let you sleep in during the weekend. You have to get up and clean, you have to get up and do this. Productivity, productivity, productivity. You have to do in order to uh be deemed as a responsible person, to constantly be doing, running around like a chicken with your head cut off, doing one thing or another. And then that programs people to feeling guilty, to feeling guilt towards resting. So, yeah, that's one of the things I unlearned. It has improved my life greatly. I feel I feel more, like I can do more, and I no longer have um uh, those feelings of guilt, when I'm resting. So yeah, that's number one. Number two is that, uh basically, unlearning religion. My religion, I come from a Catholic background, so I had to unlearn my religion in its ties and vows to servitude and poverty. There are, a lot of people are basically programmed to, um yeah, to, like, basically see that servitude and poverty are basically what makes them such a good person, and that, they shouldn't have much because it doesn't help them, uh on their path to, into heaven or whatever. Like, there are people that are just brainwashed and brought up that way, and I was sort of brought up that way, where it's like, that guilt from spending, that guilt you feel from, from spending, or from having too many nice things, or, you shouldn't feel bad for having something that you've earned or something that's been gifted to you. You should never feel bad about that. Like, you should be able to enjoy the fruits of that life gives you, fruits of your labor, or fruits that someone else wants to give you. You should be able to enjoy that guilt free. So, yeah, like, I feel like many old school religious people seem to be, seem to have made vows with servitude and with poverty and with, you know, being poor does not make you a better person. You know what I mean? Like, just because you're poor doesn't mean you're more of a kind person, or a, you're put on this earth to enjoy life and enjoy the fruits of life that life gives you, the abundance that life gives you. So that's one of the things I unlearned, and it's helped me so much with my self-worth. I feel like that is one thing that has helped me with my self-worth, is to not tie what I gain to, oh my goodness, I'm just I'm some selfish person because I have a nice thing. I have nice things. Like, or because I'm selfish because I'm not constantly serving and serving society and doing this and doing that for people. But anyway, that ties into some other points in here. Number 3 is the belief that work and career equate to human value. And that's a huge one. That is a huge one. And it's bullshit, like you, regardless of what you're doing on this planet, whether you have a career, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you don't work at all, whether you're in between jobs, like it doesn't matter. You have worth and you have value, period. You have worth, you have value. So, for example, I had a situation where, because of being a stay-at-home mom, I'm a stay-at-home mother, and there have been a particular family member that told me, oh, that you shouldn't be doing that, like they'll shame you for being that because you're not bringing in a bunch of capital and you're not out being, I guess, a slave in someone else's plantation. Someone's plantation, you know what I mean? Like you're not being you're not another piece of cattle out there working. So it means that you're not worth anything. You don't have any worth. You don't have any value. You're doing the wrong thing in life. You're following the wrong path in life because you are, not out here with a 9-to-5. And that's fucking bullshit. That's BS. I found that being at home has helped me perfect my craft with my poetry. It has helped me do things that really, that come from my heart, that come from my spirit. It has helped me to do that. And I refuse to feel bad about being a stay-at-home mom. I'm not going to feel bad. I don't feel, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't have to be out here doing anything to be deemed valuable. I'm a valuable person regardless of what I'm doing. Even if I were on the street begging, I'm still a valuable person. I see people that are out on the street that might be homeless and stuff like that. That's still a person of value. But anyway, let's move on to the next point. And that is point number 4. And oh God, the unquestionable loyalty to family despite mistreatment. I am so huge on this. I refuse to have any loyalty to anyone that mistreats me, family or not. It's not going to happen. So anybody with abusive tendencies, etc., you don't need to be loyal to them. You don't have to be loyal to them. You can cut them the F off if you have to. Like, there's no reason you should keep ties. And I feel like that ties in with religion, where, religion and forgiveness, which is another point I'm going to make in a few minutes, or in a couple minutes, whatever, where it's like, you know what I mean? Like you have free will. You're a person with free will. And if a person is not treating you well, you have a right to remove yourself from that situation. You have a right to not forgive those people, or to, it's just BS. Like, you have a right to move on. You have a right to not be loyal to that person. That's something I've unlearned, and that is something that has also greatly fueled my self-worth. Not taking bullshit. Let's see, the 5th one, I think it's 5. I should have numbered these. Okay. So forgiveness and turning the other cheek. That's number 5. Forgiveness and turning the other cheek. That's another thing I unlearned. And I don't think, there have been situations where I have had an issue with a person has mistreated me. That ties into the mistreatment. And I did not forgive. And I sleep great at night. Do not let religion and all these programs tell you that you cannot sleep well at night, that you won't be able to rest, that you will not be at peace until you forgive somebody. That's BS. That's another load of garbage. You can move on with your life Forgiveness is a privilege. You don't have to grant it to someone, especially someone who was hurting you and knew what the fuck they were doing. You don't have to grant forgiveness to those people. Um, yeah, that's the fifth thing I unlearned is the forgiveness thing. I refuse. It's not, you know, it's not a sign of bitterness. It's not a sign of, it's just, you don't have to give that. You are a person with free will. You don't have to give that. It doesn't prevent you from sleeping at night. If anything, I think sometimes forgiving, uh, forgiveness is, sometimes it's gonna be fake. Like it's gonna be fake if you're still, if you feel like it was just such a huge transgression against you, you feel like, it's not worth it to forgive somebody. If anything, you're going to be upset. Well, not you, but like certain people, including myself, I'm not at peace after forgiving somebody who hurt me. I'm not going to be at peace. I'm more at peace not giving them that forgiveness. That's how I work. And I think with also unlearning religion, I have become free of that whole threat of, oh my goodness, you're not going to gain peace, if you don't forgive. So, and you don't have to. This is a place of free will and duality. You don't have to do that. Okay, the next thing, which is the sixth point, is helping or being a savior to everyone. So with that, I think that's something that I slowly unlearned. That's something that I have slowly unlearned. It really has helped me to save a lot of my energy for myself, and to not feel resentful, because that was one big thing I had to get over, is just being resentful towards people who were not giving me the same energy. When I do things, I do them out of my heart. I do them out of love, and I don't expect anything in return. But one thing that you could at least do to the person that helps you is to be respectful, and I've had situations where even that wasn't given to me. No type of, there was no respect. I was basically helping the person, and they were being disrespectful in one way or another. I've had situations where people just were not there for me. They only came to me for help and were not there for me in any other way, or they were at least not, hey, how are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, these are people that claimed that they loved me, etc., and they were not really there for me like that. You're going to deplete yourself if you even deal with that. If you even deal with people that are, just taking from you more than they're giving, taking from you more than they even give you, it's like, what's the point, On top of that, if they disrespect you, that's even more of an insult. I learned to know and discern who I can help. So discernment is big when it comes to this, because you have to know who you can and can't help. So that's that. Let's see. One, two, three. Okay, the seventh program that I've unlearned is the always being humble without self-honor. So you can always be humble, while still celebrating yourself. So yes, I do have humility on some level, but I also celebrate myself. I'm also going to celebrate who I am. I'm going to show myself love, and just because someone insults me and everything, I'm just not going to put my head down, or I'm not going to just put my head down and continue there and sit there and just, okay, whatever, you know what I mean, or just put myself down just to please others. So like being humble without self-honor, it doesn't work. That ties also into religion. I feel like religion teaches this like thing of humility, but it's like more like self-abandonment, if anything. So yeah, that's one thing that I have unlearned. The eighth thing that I have unlearned, it's the basing of your worth on having a husband or a relationship. So I feel like, and there's a video that I made about this, about like the pinnacle of womanhood. I even wrote a blog about this, but it's basically how there are women that, they'll compete and say, oh, yes, I'm married and you're not, and, all this stuff like that. They basically see themselves as better because they have a man, because they are married, because they've been picked, hence the pick me's, they've been chosen by somebody, and you're single. So, oh, you're not as valuable as me, and blah, 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 And it's, again, a crock of crap. Like, I feel like society teaches women to be competitive with each other in that way. Uh, yeah, like society gives many women a lot of insecurities so that they have to compete with a man, so that they feel like they have to compete. And yeah, like it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's all a part of the grand scheme of patriarchy, misogyny. It's it's the grand scheme of patriarchy where, women have to sit here and feel like the men are the prize, and it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, that, yeah, the basing your worth on having a husband or in a relationship. Yeah, it's just, your worth is just in who you are internally, period. Like, and that ties in a lot with self-love, the codependency. Like, you have to unlearning codependency, which is something that leads women, basically codependency leads women into thinking that they need to have a man or need to have a relationship in order to feel valuable. And the ninth and last thing is the rejecting help or gifts. And that is something that I no longer do. I sort of did that from, I kind of learned that a bit from my family, where it's like, oh, no, I don't want that. No, it's okay. You don't have to. I learned that it's life is here to support you. Life is here to serve you. If abundance is coming your way, then just accept it. Abundance comes in many forms. It comes in it comes in help from other people. It comes, it comes in the form of gifts. Accept it. When you finally learn that you are worthy enough to receive, you start to receive without question and without apology. You are very grateful, obviously. You're grateful to the source and the people that are giving you this abundance, but yeah, you don't reject it. And that's something that I've learned in the later years, is that, it feels great, because it's like, yeah, yes, I deserve this, So yeah, like those are basically 9 programs that I've unlearned. They have all unlearning all of this has led to the increase of my self-worth tremendously. So if that's something you resonate with, then, like if that's something that you resonate with, implement it into your life if you want to. Yeah, but that was pretty much it. I just wanted to share that quickly. And if you have any video suggestions that has anything to do with this, or whatever, just let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, whatever, wherever you are. And I will talk to you soon. Okay? You guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.